For centuries, this spider was wrongly accused of having a highly poisonous bite. The bite caused terrible pain. There was only one cure, a frenzied dance to flush out the poison. The dance of the tarantella could last all day and all night. The victim would finally collapse. With luck, her body was now free of the poison. The real culprit went unnoticed. This is the poisoner. I'm in southern Italy near the town of Taranto. Both spiders are found here, and the larger harmless one was named Tarantula after the town. The truth behind the tarantella myth has only been known for the last 30 years. This is the real villain. It's a beautiful thing. It's a black widow spider, the European black widow. I'm trying to get it on my stick. It's beautiful, but deadly. It's found under stones and in leafy bushes. A bite from one of these, the symptoms are nausea, convulsions and the sweats. Exactly what used to happen in the Middle Ages and the tarantella dance. This is absolutely a beautiful spider, these lovely red markings. This is a female, the males are small. I need a longer stick. But this is inconspicuous and small, and the peasants never found this in the fields, so they didn't realise that this was the creature that actually had the poisonous bite. I'll put it back under a stone now. There you go. There we are. Careful not to crush it. Now I need to find the poor spider that was wrongly accused of being a poisoner. Mind you, if you're not a spider fan, it does look pretty scary. After they were bitten, the peasants found this. It's a much bigger spider. They called it the tarantula. This is a delightful female, and she's got a cargo of tiny spiderlings on her back. This is a wolf spider. It's not even a true tarantula, but from that point on, wherever they're found, big hairy spiders were called tarantulas. The 800 species of true tarantula always have broad padded feet covered in hair, with claws at the end which they can retract like a cat. To see my first tarantula in the wild, I went to the Sonoran Desert in Arizona. Giants dominate this landscape. The saguaro cactus is a plant skyscraper, growing 60 feet tall and weighing 20 tons. Tarantulas usually prowl in darkness. This is a perfect night for finding North America's largest spider. It's quite cool, there's been a little bit of rain, and you can't drive these desert roads for long before seeing them crossing the road, just like that one here. A magnificent, handsome animal. This is the Arizona blonde. You can see the wonderful blonde hairs on its abdomen. It's a little male. It's got these palps at the front of its body, and it will use those to mate with the females. This is a magnificent creature. When you ask people why they dislike tarantulas, they say it's because they've got long hairy legs and they can run fast. Irish wolfhounds can do that, but everyone likes those. Beautiful thing. This is the time of year when the males go cruising for females across the desert just after rains in the autumn. Doesn't look that big. This is the largest species of spider in North America though, but the females are much bigger. And where you see a male cruising around in the desert, they're certain to be females. Good luck, matey. Hope you find a female.
Once males are mature, they only live for a few months. They spend this time roaming the desert in search of a mate. Since female tarantulas never wander far from their burrows, a burrow is what the male and I need to find.
I love that bit in cookery shows where they say, here's something we prepared earlier. I did that today with the burrow of the female tarantula. You could never find one at night, but hopefully I can remember where it is.
Wearing shorts is a big mistake. There's rattlesnakes here, but I'm not worried about them. It's the cacti. My legs are full of spines. But it's worth it to see a tarantula hunting.
I know this burrow is in use because when I found it in the daytime, it had a beautiful and delicate transparent silken door. That's disappeared now, which means the occupant has come to the surface. Tarantulas are normally shy of light, but surprisingly, if you use something like this, it actually works to entice the tarantula to the surface. All I need to do is wait and watch.
The light attracts moths, and they'll bring the predator to the surface. She stabs the hawk moth with huge fangs, then injects it with venom. Underground, she'll vomit digestive fluids onto the mill. She'll feed when the bodies of her prey dissolve. Spiders can't eat solid food. She needs liquid meals. Later she'll feast on moth soup. Tarantulas don't have it all their own way. Sometimes they themselves can be on the menu. In this remote region of northern Thailand, the earth tiger, a kind of tarantula, is considered a delicacy. Tarantulas will always scuttle into darkness, so this hollow bamboo is the trap. I've been invited to a most extraordinary meal, although I'm not going to eat much myself. Hello, Vinay.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Hello.
Hello.
Nice. Hello, everyone. Hi. Thank you. Thank you. Has cooking begun yet?
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to see what happens.
Oh, yeah. Hey, chung.
And this is the best way to cook them?
Oh, this is the best way.
Can't be boiled or anything like
No,
that?
that's not a good taste. This is perfect taste. Good
Perfect taste. Barbecuing tarantulas.
Oh, yeah. Barbecue. Yeah, that's barbecue spider. Yeah.
This technique removes any ash or remaining hairs from the meat,
Okay, is it cooked now?
which I'm told tastes like a cross between chicken and crab.
I've got a pet tarantula at home, I couldn't do it to it. I'm sorry. What about a cup of tea? English people like tea. Could I have one of those?
Yes, okay.
Thank you very much. Tea, not a tarantula.
But unlike chicken, with tarantulas there's a leg for everyone.
You try some?
No, I'm sorry, I can't possibly. I could not eat.
If you try first time, perhaps you like it.
No, I couldn't. I'm vegetarian, as you know. I couldn't eat this.
About that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't possibly. I'll stick to tea, not tarantulas for me, I think. I can't believe this is happening, but I suppose it's just the same as a posh restaurant in London when people are cracking open lobsters.
My next meeting is with a tarantula that's so huge it could feed a family of 4. I'm off to the African savannah to go fishing for one of the world's largest spiders.
To find really big tarantulas, you have to come here to East Africa. When you ask people why they don't like big spiders, they say it's because they've got long legs and hairy bodies. Baboons have got exactly those attributes.
But most of us aren't revolted by those.
In Africa, the biggest spiders are called baboon spiders.
These tarantulas have a painful bite. So do baboons and Irish wolfhounds, but it's always creepy crawlies that get the bad press.
I like chewing grass, but I'm doing this for a purpose. I'm making a fishing rod for tarantulas. This is the burrow of one of the world's giant spiders.
Once the king baboon has a good grip with its half-inch fangs, I can slowly reel it in.
What a fantastic creature.
This spider can strike like a cobra, but it will only bite as a last resort.
This is a female. The males get much smaller. She's absolutely gorgeous. Looks like she's covered in crushed velvet, but she's not a creature to stroke. One of the most aggressive spiders in the world. One of the largest. But wouldn't you be aggressive if you'd just been pulled out of your house with your teeth? And I must be very careful with her. Must be very, very careful. Because she'll die if she's kept out in the sun like this. Go on, girl. Go on.
These powerful back legs are tools for digging out her home in the sun-baked soil.
Go on, girl. Go on. That is beautiful.
To come face to face with the world's biggest spider, I travel to French Guiana in South America.
All over the place.
This place is heavenly for tarantula expert Rick West.
Big tarantulas everywhere.
Over half of the known species are found in Amazonia, and only last year he found 4 species that were new to science.
Rick, what's that gorgeous tarantula there? Look at that. That is brilliant.
That's a pink-toed tarantula. They're quite common in Amazonia.
I can see the pink toes. It's got a beautiful iridescence to it as well.
Yeah, it's not uncommon to find them on houses like this in South America.
What's the width of that beam? What's the leg span of that?
That's about 5 inches.
This tarantula usually lives above ground. Pink toes are common in the jungle too. They're one of the legendary bird-eating spiders, sometimes devouring chicks in the nest. Once you get your eye in, there's tarantulas everywhere here.
Rick, there's something here. How can I see it?
Well, you can try and tease it out with a little piece of grass. Just pick a piece of grass, tease it down the entrance of the burrow.
How deep does the burrow go?
It goes about 2 feet down. See the beautiful silk construction around the entrance? It's almost trumpet-shaped.
Right.
They sit at the...
There's one, it's coming. There's one,
yeah,
the
look
one
at
coming
that.
out. It's coming.
The handsome skeleton-legged tarantula looks like it's dressed for Halloween with bones painted on its legs. From here it will jump out onto prey. Other tarantulas take more exercise. They creep through the leaves at about head height. Another delightful pink toe, slightly smaller than the one we'd seen in the rafters earlier. Are they friendly?
They're pretty docile. You can try and pick it up if you like.
I've never... The things I do to get close to tarantulas. I never thought I'd be having a midnight swim with one. Tree tarantulas use this as a form of defence. They swim across the surface of the water to escape from predators dropping down from the trees. Look how beautifully it moves. Up you go, fella. Back onto the land.
Their hairy bodies easily become waterlogged, so they can't swim for long. 4 a.m. and we're back at the lodge.
Other than donating my blood to 1 million mosquitoes, that was a gorgeous evening. I never realised the beauty and diversity of South American tarantulas, and I love being in the rainforest at night. The biggest spider we saw was as big as my hand, but tomorrow we're going to look for a spider that's as big as a dinner plate.
The Reserve Natural Trésor, a sopping wet rainforest with trees that soar 45 metres, nearly 150 feet into the sky. Living in the soil below them are giant tarantulas.
Rick, what are you looking for?
Well, just large burrows, but they're just down on the slope here. We just have to go a little further. But it's dangerous, so be very careful. I don't want to fall in this machete here.
This is difficult terrain. Hey, near one.
You all right?
Yep.
Yeah, well, they like it steep and dark because it has good drainage and also it's nice and cool for them. So this is where you have to come to find the large Theraphosa blondii, the Goliath spider.
I can't wait. I've seen the biggest spider in Africa, but this is the biggest one in the world, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and they're along the embankment here. We just have to locate a burrow.
How big are the burrows?
The burrow's about 6 inches across, and they go in a couple of feet.
6 inches across.
These tarantulas don't dig their own burrows. They take over the tunnels of jungle rats and other rodents.
Looks like a possible burrow right there. Can you see anything?
Oh, that is... I can just see the behind and the legs. Crikey, that is a really big spider.
That's right.
Can you get her out? Is there a way of...
Yeah, I just have to get a branch here. This'll do.
I can't wait to see this. The Goliath tarantula, the biggest spider. She's moving. Biggest spider in the world.
There she comes.
Is she going to come?
I think so.
What a spectacular animal.
Oh.
Is that as big as they get? That is fantastic.
Well, she's almost full grown. They get a little bigger than that.
Most South American tarantulas use an extraordinary defensive manoeuvre. They stroke their back legs over their abdomen, unleashing thousands of irritating hairs.
Yeah. Oh, I can see the hairs in the torch.
She's really upset. Those things will penetrate your skin deeply and cause severe itching and burning. It's terrible, and you don't want to get them in your eyes. If you get them in your eyes, you'll go blind.
Yeah, we don't want to get too close.
Trust me.
I couldn't resist giving her a stroke. But she wasn't keen and bared her fangs.
Oh, God. I wouldn't like to do that.
Look at that, 3/4 of an inch long.
That is phenomenal. And that would pierce a frog easily with those.
Easily, yeah.
A spider that feeds on frogs. Remarkable.
And she goes, thanks, Rick.
You're welcome.
Thanks very much. You've shown me the biggest species of spider in the world.
You're welcome. Pleasure.
Thanks very much. That was fantastic.
Late afternoon and a male Goliath is on the lookout for female company. Only mature male spiders have the special leg-like structures at the front of their heads. Called palps, these are filled with sperm. During mating, they'll be pushed into the female. Before he finds a mate, this one must clamber over a really strange obstacle.
I never thought I'd be in a position to say this, but please don't try this at home. If I flinch or make a sudden movement, I'll frighten the spider. At the moment, he just thinks I'm part of the log.
This creature has hairs much worse than its bite.
That really tickled, but it was the only way to show how gigantic Goliath tarantulas really get. He had a leg span of 10 inches, 25 centimetres. If you hadn't seen that, you'd never have believed it.
This monster isn't dead and in a tomb. It's a Goliath that's outgrown its skin. A remarkable molting process, which can take 8 hours or more, began when the spider rolled onto its back. The pressure of body fluids cracks open the old covering. Now the new body must rise from the old. The new fangs are white and pliable. With time, they'll become harder and darker. The biggest tarantula ever found weighed more than a large mouse. Tarantulas can live for 20 years and they never stop growing. I'm certain that in the jungle somewhere there's a giant spider bigger than any that have been seen before.